Yes, today, and Penta facing off against ATN. So a big victory here would be huge for either one of them. Now we do have Klinga kicking it off and starting us with the Zap Quake Lalo. Now we do have the 6-1 combination. I see a nicely placed multi in the center of the base, and I'm kind of always keen on going for those multis if I'm going in with a Lalo, just because it can eliminate a huge damage item for loons and clear out what we mostly see is the damage zone area where the traps lie. And it would be a beautiful connection for the king and queen to move their way in, but it would also give him the use of another lightning spell to help take out any possible headhunters that would come out. So we do see that coming down, knocking through the core of the base, and the king and queen making this connection to pick off the town hall.
You've already seen a couple of Lalo attacks today, and it's going to continue on. Normality has not been restored as of yet because we're still getting a wide variety of compositions, which is fantastic to see. But going into it now, that 10 o'clock compartment, most of it has been taken down already. The queen just trying to stay alive here, but the lava hound is going to be pretty much saying that no to that. And the RC, sorry, is now looking to try and continue on making its paving. But it's already been taken down here. Looks like the cannon will be able to finish it off with everything else in between. A couple of loons now coming from about 8 and 7 o'clock side. Let's see if they can find anything along the way. But looks like there's going to be a little bit lead way with that lava hand as well, taking the damage from the AD, now progressing towards that eagle.
Oh, I was honestly a little bit worried because he missed that lightning spell, at least on one of the headhunters that wreaked some havoc, but still got the full value that he was looking to get with it. Loon's on a beautiful path here. Now, he will have to backtrack into the core of the base because we do see some Teslas inside there. And, this is an unfortunate spot for that hound to pop, but the Loons still making their way through despite those pups trying to take them down. And we do have the Stone Slammer coming in, adding in additional reinforcement. Judo said it yesterday, and I think it's the best comparison you can make it to, is that it's like having an additional lava hound to the mix because of the tank it provides. Now, we do have the invisibility spell that dropped down, and I missed the purpose of it because it doesn't look like there was a defense he was trying to avoid. The Loons were on their right course to move their way through, but avoiding the single here does have to throw down the final freeze, which is a bit unfortunate because it's not getting any benefit over for the wizard tower as the Loons have to make their way past. One final invisibility spell, though, is going to keep the warden alive, keep the Loons alive, and help for the spread out on the back end defenses.
Yeah, it's only the AD left standing for the defense here for Repotted Gaming. Sorry, for Hocus Pocus on Penta. But it looks like it's going to be okay, but there's a possibility of that time fail. But we do have that mine, which should be able to get cleaned up. I'm not sure if it's only 1 or 2 loons, but will it be okay? Oh, no, it will not. He won't be able to 3-star, sadly. Maybe an extra second would have done it for Repotted Gaming. That is just absolutely typical. Just the fact that those loons did get diverted into the center and back up again, that is typical. He made a good recovery when they went back up to the northern part of the compartment. That is fair enough, but sadly that one tiny little bit just made all the difference there. But good percentile nonetheless. I don't think he should be too unhappy about that because that was a great performance as well.
I mean, we're talking about a fraction of a second earlier on the drops of those 2 extra loons that he held on to, and it would have made all the difference in the world. But sometimes you're looking for that opportunity for distraction so you get the most amount out of it, particularly if you have some outlying defenses, which he did have to contend with. So sometimes you're just stuck in an unfortunate situation like that, but 99% could easily come back around into their favor. Let's see, though, how Muffin kicks it off as he brings in the Queen Charge Drag Rider here and shapes up the pathing very quickly with the Queen to start up this raid.
Yeah, let's see how this pans out. The Queen now coming in from that 1 o'clock side, going to go into that compartment to make as much use as possible, going in to take down that Inferno Tower there. And we've got a lot of loons as well. Just having a look around to see if it can pave a way. Hasn't found anything as of yet, which is a good and bad sign at the same time, depending on which way you actually see it. The Queen just looking to stay alive and make sure it can do everything that she can to tank this much damage coming from Leon of Repotted Gaming. But Muffin's a very, very good attacker. We've seen him time and time again. Very little inconsistencies from him, so we'll have to see how this next portion of the attack goes. The Queen still looking to go on and take up that compartment.
Now, I really like the position of the queen in this compartment because she was easily able to pick off the AD as well as the multi, get the clan castle lure. And there's just ground on the opposite side that she doesn't need to worry about. We do have the king sectioning this off by taking on the town hall compartment, a really nice trade value that we often get to see in this game. And again, this is where this cannon comes into play because it's not of consequence to the air troops, to these drag riders. So the not getting it down from the start was no biggie. Getting the air defense, getting the multi down was huge for it, and the queen can continue to carry on with the jump leading her through. King does not get the town hall down, but the queen does have the access to work her way in there because of the placement of this jump, obviously wanting to get to the multi-targeting Inferno, but he's already burned through the ability and has no more rages left to go, so he has to send in the Royal Champ to finish the job here.
Losing a lot of value. That was a little bit of a shame. Was using that invisibility spell just to try and finish off that town hall, but still only took it to half HP. So it was a little bit of a blunder there, but like you said, the RC does come in and take it down. But what about the rest of his attack though? Will it be able to clean this up as a stone slammer? It is taking all that damage to Dragon Riders and the Warden directly behind it, just hoping to be able to finish this off. The only thing he needs to deal with now is this AD, this Inferno Tower as well, and just a couple of bits and pieces from behind. But remember, there is 30 seconds left as well. So not only that, if he does take out this compartment, it's just a matter of if he can get the free start as well. So a couple of traps do pop here and there as Loons as well now going towards the Archer Tower, as the defense now has been flat out destroyed. But the question is how much time he has left. 15 seconds left, trying to clean up as much as he can. He's still got an Archer and a couple of minions down from the south, but it's looking very bleak here. As I don't think he's going to have anywhere enough minions here to be able to do anything more. And now, as you can see, just prioritizing in the other compartment instead. So 91% to start again, not a clean attack from Penta either, but Muffin nonetheless would have actually been able to clean up nicely if he was able to be a tad bit quicker. So both of them and having to stumble on that free start, but could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is the loss of the Royal Champion because she had to help pick up the Town Hall because the King didn't get it down. And the Queen obviously couldn't do that. Had this gone to plan, this easily would have been a 3-star, but what I really want to commend is his patience. That timing on the Warden ability, despite the fact that it wasn't enough to give him the opportunity, the time to finish a job here, the timing on the Warden ability was phenomenal because he held it long enough. Patience, patience, patience on it to get the Stone Slammer and those Drag Riders through into that back end where we had the multi, where we had the air defense that could have quickly picked them off. But yeah, unfortunate with the Royal Champ having to be sacrificed like that for the Town Hall, but it spared them getting this 2-star and kept the percent high. 91% not so bad. Now let's see how Leon does. Also bringing in the Queen Charge Drag Rider here. We've got an initial open to the scattershot compartment, just clearing out the path around the Town Hall. Blimp takes it down quickly, and Queen is set in place to work through a big open expanse. I mean, she's got some good value to come, and we've got one more super wall breaker to help connect the King. I'm looking to see if it's coming in from the scattershot compartment, possibly, unless he really wants to force the Queen into the center of the base, which I don't know if that's fully necessary.
Yeah, depending on the funneling, we'll see where this Queen goes. So it looks like it will be focusing on the outside edge and then going to carry on straight forward. So it's going to take a little bit of time here, but he's sending a couple of minions on the south side as well, just to make sure that the Queen doesn't take too much time. I know, like, you know, she can have a lot of patience here and there, but at this point, he doesn't want to have that time fail, which is perfectly understandable to take out some of the defenses there. But on that northern side, you can see just going into that compartment with that Eagle Artillery and everything else there as the push does continue on forward. And now, though, how much more is he going to be able to take? Does get taken down there. That wasn't what he was looking for, though. But the bulk of it now coming from that 4 o'clock side. Going to take out the next compartment here with the scattershot and everything else. The Queen just manages to join in with the rest of the pack.
No, the Queen is down for the count. We've got the Royal Champ sliding through, but the Queen got knocked down by the Headhunters from the Clan Castle. I love the position of the King looking to take on the Eagle. I was laughing because I was going to say, where's the base? But the King died out, the Queen died out, and I see where Leon's plan was going. It unfortunately does not work that way, has a much wider spread than he initially intended, plus the fire from the Eagle is just detrimental to these, but they still managed to carry forward Can they get through the back end where we're still seeing tons of defenses, including an entire Tesla farm? It is not. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen for Leon, and that is because he lost so much value in this, losing the queen to the headhunters and not getting that full shape up of the path from the eagle compartment with the king.
Yeah, another blunder once again. A bit worse this time round, worse for wear. It will be around the 80s in terms of percentile once that minion's taken out that army camp on the northern side. That's, again, a real shame. Not something he wanted. I'm curious to see what he wanted to do with the queen. Of course, he was trying to use that king to try and take out that eagle artillery and all the other defenses on that compartment. But with the king, he didn't really take out anything which was, you know, a main priority there. It kind of just got killed off very quickly. There was so much DPS from Lewis's base on that side of the map. The king didn't really get as far as it would like or do the damage it really needed. So it gave a lot more of a harder struggle for the Dragon Riders as it was pushing across to about 11 o'clock side, and that was literally about it. And not really too sure about the queen. I don't think the queen got a huge amount of value either. I'm not too sure if he was intending for the queen to push into the center or he was actually planning for the queen to go on the outside. It was a bit questionable, so not really too sure in terms of what his plan of action was. But sadly, when we saw the king, you know, fall short in that compartment on that northern side, we knew that things were going to get worse for wear towards the later stages. Just a little bit of a shame, but GK Tim now is going to be attacking for Penta. Hopefully, one of these players now will be able to bag that first triple. Because so far, over the last 3 attacks, we haven't seen one yet. And in this region, it's a little bit of very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, so we're actually getting to see, I'm looking at this composition, we're getting to see Drag Rider Bat, which is something I don't know that I've seen on its own. I've seen the Hydra Bat, I've seen Drag Bat, haven't quite seen Drag Rider Bat. So treating it very similar to what you would do with the dragons. So you need to have something to come in to help with the cleanup. So he brings in the minions to help support behind, but we do have to shape this up just as any other drag attack by using the heroes to set up the funnel. And as Judo's pointed out, this is similar to using hogs, where you do not need to use your king on the outside edge because the drag riders are solely focused there on the defenses. So they're not going to spread out quite as far as dragons or, you know, in the ground version as miners would do. So we do have the king doing beautiful work, superb, taking down that eagle artillery. Again, you can see the value of taking it down from the previous attack where it continuously fires away and poses a huge threat. So taking it down early is a big deal. And the Royal Champion also helping to take out one of the other heavy hitting items, and that is one of the 2 scatter shots.
Yeah, I was watching that the entire time, taking out that scatter shot, the defensive king, everything got a huge amount of value, just leave it to the last minute to pop his ability and finish off everything else there, like you rightly mentioned. And now a couple of those rocket loons just going towards that Inferno Tower, does manage to take it down here, and he's got a huge amount of Dragon Riders coming in. Tim loves his Dragon Riders, and you know, you're talking about this, you know, kind of hybrid composition here with the bats as well, with the Dragon Riders. Not something we normally see, but Tim will never drop this unit in any of his attacks. So, you know, seeing this from him is going to be interesting to say the least. And just to see if it works as well, it's now the Warden just pushing up with his Dragon Riders as well. It's going to be a little bit difficult now with the bats coming in from that 1 o'clock side. And even though the tunnel's been taken down, there's still a huge amount to clear up here.
Oh, I'm worried about these bats going through the poison bomb, and the most of them do. This is unfortunate. We lost a ton of drag riders to the traps in the center of the base. He still has some of these bats left over, though he lost a huge chunk, and it's enough to get through the splash damage, which is critical. He still has an invisibility spell left over, though I'm not quite sure where he's going to decide to use it. All the air targeting defenses are down. I got a little bit worried on that one. Now, it's really just a matter of time because there are so many storages left over here to clean up. He does not want to lose these bats to any traps along the way because he needs us working in conjunction together. It did work out phenomenally despite, I would say, about half those bats going through the poison bomb, and still is able to pull in the 3-star and swag that invisibility spell. I got a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie, when you mentioned the Hydra that he loves to do, because Judo has learned never to bring that up again on Tim's interview, because I think that was the last time that Judo had jinxed him.
Probably did, actually. I'm not a superstitious person anyway, but sometimes I just bring it up just for the hell of it anyway, nonetheless. But yeah, I think in terms of how the bats were going to be during the later stages, it was going to be perfectly fine. I think the Dragon Riders actually took out a bulk of, not taken out, but actually managed to reveal a bulk of those air traps anyway in the center. So, but I think it was just a matter of like being on cleanup duty. But you can see there, so as a percentile, Repotted Gaming have had one bad attack being that 80% towards their second attack earlier on, but Penta have had to recover there. 92%, that attack didn't actually, it was actually successful, but of course that did have that time fail towards the end, but getting their first triple will give them a nice bit of leadway here to start things off with that 1-star lead.
Yeah, they just need to come back swinging, though. I'd be a little bit fearful seeing what GK Tim is throwing down and what Penta's ready to bring along with the rest of the game. But the defenses, this is what I do expect to see coming in from Repotted Gaming. We're talking about a team that not only held against ATN, but they had a beautiful performance in their first matchup against MCES. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a 14-14 star war. So they can pack a heavy punch where even if their defense isn't coming in to full effect, their offense comes in shining. So, you know, 2 holdbacks so far from Penta is big for them. But they just need to, Repotted Gaming just needs to turn this one around offensively and see if their defenses are strong enough to get them back in it. But it starts here with Timtastic, who needs to bring home a 3-star. And we do have the, I was curious to see if this is going to be a blizzard. There's 3. No, it's not, because we've got 11 Seeky Goblins. I see the invisibility spells, but we've got 11 Seeky Goblins, so these invisibilities, at least one, to try and help the Sneaky Goblins get their job done. We do have the blimp sailing into the center of the base. We get the Yetis coming out. I mean, this is going to be a huge multi-phased attack that he could run the risk of time fail.
Yeah, Timtastic, it was... I must say, a very aggressive approach. It's not something we just came out of the woodwork as soon as we saw that blimp coming in. But now, though, still looking to see what his next plan of action is going to be. It looks like he will be getting out that Ice Golem to tank all that damage to give a couple of his heroes a little bit of leadway, including that Queen and King. And a couple of loons there, of course, just making a little bit of an appearance as well to see what they can find along the way. Sending a couple of minions as well on the 9 o'clock sides to make a start on cleanup, whilst the Queen does go into that north compartment to hopefully take out that Eagle artillery as the King is absolutely chopping away at it. Managed to take that down, looking to stay down that cannon. And the Wizard Tower as well, but those 2 expos are absolutely huge to take down, as that's going to be their next priority. But so far, so good. The King's ability has been popped. Queen's looking to continue to play that support from the King, just try and use him as much as possible to take all that damage and to take down that AD as well, to give the bulk of his attack a nice bit of leadway.
I love this pathing. Do you see the position of the 2 scatter shots, the Royal Champ in conjunction together? The Warden ability for this Lalo is going to get so much value coming in. Invisibility spell here is used to get the Royal Champ to sneak through. Is it going to be enough to take out the scatter shot with the final one coming down? It will be. And this means the Warden only needs the ability to get through one small compartment of this base, getting through the scatter shot, keeping those headhunters nice and invincible against the defending RC. Oh, this is absolutely lovely. The Royal Champ even taking down the Tesla in the center of the base, so the Loons only have to worry about this final patch on the back end with a haste and even one more freeze to get through.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. Great positioning on those haste spells there, just making sure these loons can get to some of the defenses of Muffin ASAP and making sure to get as much value from those loons as possible. 30 seconds left, and Timtastic is just incredible. Every time I see him attack, he has a really well methodical, thought out process in terms of how he wants to execute a lot of his attacks, and is very, very successful, especially with those Lalo compositions as well. So Timtastic will get another 3-star 100% for Repotted Gaming to keep this as competitive as they can, because like I said before, it's a must-win for both these teams. Give a bit of leadway once again to try and challenge for top 4.
I just love the way he broke down that base into completely separate compartments. You know, the value that he got out of the Yeti blimp to bring it in, connected to the town hall, which he just used the Sneaky Goblins and an invisibility spell. That's such easy, minimal value to take that on. And then connecting the heroes from the opposite side, it left like a postage stamp, only for the Loons to have to take care of. It was just absolutely insane. These guys, you know, like, I can't even call it creativity. It's just smart thinking at that. They really are analyzing these bases and seeing the pure value that they can split up with each and every item. And again, I think the biggest worry would have been running the risk of time fail, but he handled it perfectly and kept his eye on the clock, knowing when to drop each and every one of those items. Now, Zakia has a tough, pretty much a tough one to follow. I was impressed by Timtastic, so let's see what he's got to bring to the game. We do sail the blimp in right over the town hall. Early takedown of the town hall with the sneaky goblins. And this is where Judo says he holds his breath, waits for them to come out, because there is that slight delay and you're waiting, you're saying, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? And he gets it done, starting to clear up this path for his Hydra. And look at the lovely position. He's already taken down the town hall on one side of the base. King and Queen looking to take again what we talk about, Eagle Artillery. This one packs a nasty punch. If you can clear it out, it's a great thing. Plus, it's shaping up for a beautiful path cutting through from the 6 o'clock side and then spreading out towards the north.
Trust me, I'm literally exactly the same. My eyes are just bulging out of my head when I'm looking at that town hall waiting for it to get taken down. As the RC is also coming, taking out the entirety of that left compartment. Just take it as much as it can before it will pop that ability, and it has done. Now going for that Expo, looking to take down. If he takes down the scatter shot as well, that'd be great. Will he have time to know he will not, sadly, but he has done a little bit of damage to the scatter shot. So this Dragon combination now just coming up from that 9 to 12 o'clock side, along with those Dragon Riders to take out the AD, to take out the scatter shot as well. But let's have a look at the defense and look, see what he's got left so far. He's still got 3 of those Inferno Towers, still has the scatter shot down the south side, and does have the AD as well. So still has a fair one, has got 2 ADs actually in that final compartment. So it's just a matter of how well he's going to use his spells as he approaches those defenses.
Yeah, so the bats are the ones that are going to help at the back end, and I actually like the approach coming in from the top side because there's limited splash with only the scatter shot to worry about on the bottom side of the base. And look at this, comes in with the bat bomb because that is the only worry. Of course, there is an air defense, but he can start dropping those freezes to pick them off to help out the dragons, though. It looks like they got massacred, possibly. I missed it. I blinked, and I do this a lot because apparently I blink quite a bit. But I missed what knocked out the bats. I can only suspect it might have been a trap that knocked them out. But this does not bode well for the dragons because we still have the Hound on the board, which means this dragon's going to get tied up here trying to pick it off. It's going to waste time and allow the air defense to knock out the final remaining dragon. And Repotted Gaming is getting the opening that they were hoping for. This defense is going to be big for them, and they are going to see some reasonable percent as well holding off against Penta.
Yeah, and all because of that one Lava Hound in that last compartment. It's actually stopped him from approaching the 90% mark. He could have had a decent percentile if he went for it, don't get me wrong. But the huge amount of delay, that must have been, what, at least 30 seconds, something like that. And actually had to take down all those units as well. That was just remarkable, to say the least. But a little bit of a shame that 81%, you were right, though, does give them a bit of leadway once again, because they were trying to find this opening to exploit. They've been waiting for, quite a few attacks now for waiting for them to stumble, and they finally have done indeed. So that 81%, not too bad now. Leon was probably going to feel a bit better about himself now that one of them has had the equal percentage as well. So he's going to be pretty happy about it. He's going to say, it's not just me, it's also him as well. So, no, you can't complain in the slightest. But now we do have 2 attacks left from both of these teams coming into it, and it's still neck and neck, really. Still very close to decide exactly how things will pan out between these two.
Yeah, this is pretty much as close as I expected to see it, knowing that both teams could bring in the defenses, but of course would be bringing in these beautiful 3 stars. Again, that was a bit unfortunate with the Hound. I even saw him drop the Archer to try and cut it across the base, but it must have been the Headhunters that dragged it back inside there. Now we do have General X. Good opportunity for him to get Repotted back in this by pulling in the 3-star and bringing in one of the most successful ground attack strategies that we've seen so far this week. It's one of the most used ground attack strategies as well, and that is the super pekka smash. Now, we do have the Warden that's leading the path here. We often see this on these types of bases where you're looking to not only shape up the base, but get some good value, and taking down this multi is huge here because it allows the Warden a nice, clear, safe entrance into the scattershot compartment without having to worry about those healers getting picked off by it. And with the path that we're going to see coming through, he can reserve the Warden ability for the blimp so that it can cut across into the town hall compartment straight up to the 12 o'clock side of the base.
You saw him using that rage spell with the Warden on that left-hand side just to take out some of that compartment, now actually funneling down south. And you're right, though, it's nice to see a lot of these ground attacks. We saw 3 Super Pekka smashes earlier on in that last series. Now we're seeing it here again today, and it's nice to see a lot more ground, even though it's quite an air-heavy meta, but it does depend on the circumstances of these bases. But the Blimp will be coming in, and you can see the Multi-Inferno just trying to do as much damage as possible. Even though some of those loons are actually going towards the right-hand side, the Blimp will be able to get into that compartment and maybe be able to see if it can take down this town hall here. So we'll be able to drop down, we'll be able to make it, and the town hall does get taken down. So, you know, a sign of relief there, but you've got to remember that Eagle Artillery is still in that 3 o'clock compartment, as well as the AD and everything else. So it's going to take a little bit of work here for General X to try and finish this up.
Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate because the pathing has been a bit wonky, backtracking to get to the Archer Tower and to the Wizard Tower, but the Queen is on the move here. Freeze helps hold off that X-Bow, allowing her to get that taken down, but we have the Royal Champ sneaking in from the opposite side to take down the Eagle. That will no longer fire away. The Pekkas are pure and healthy. They're going strong, ripping their way through the walls. The Queen still has her ability, and he's got the time to get this done. I like that he actually used this Royal Champ ability early, trying to clear out some of the defenses and allowing her the opportunity to get up there quickly and then help to take care of the cleanup once those defenses are down. Even has an invisibility spell reserved for this that's not necessarily needed, because he's got everything spread out and on track, and no worries about any defenses taking these troops down. They knew they needed to get back in this, and General X proves why RPG has been doing some phenomenal work and putting pretty much they've been putting the grind to a lot of the heavier hitting teams, ATN, MCES, and it's no different against Penta today.
Yeah, that was fantastic to say the least. Still had a few Pekkas left. Even used the Queen's ability to get through the wall because, you know, why not? Because he's already got so much value. But no, again, General X, fantastic stuff from him just to make sure to try and keep that 3-star, because you remember, even before that, 7-star each, 2% percentile between the both of them here in terms of comparison. So it is very, very close, and it will go down to this final attack. I'm absolutely sure of it. But General X, again, carving away for Repotted to now continue on forward. But now it's Penta's turn here. They've clearly seen exactly what's going on, but I think a back-to-back 3-star will be required in order for them to try and take this victory if they can. But Hocus Pocus, he's had some fantastic attacks over the ESL Mobile Challenge against numerous teams there, and we're going to see if he can continue on doing that, as he's just making a start on that 7 o'clock compartment. The Queen's made a start as well, just going on for the structures on the outer side and pushing to that compartment shortly here, just trying to take down the AD and the Inferno Tower there as well.
A nice use of the Yeti Blimp to take out the scatter shot, and I like the fact that he had started the Queen already, got this going, not wasting any time in this, because we have seen beautiful Queen charges, but we do know that these can still run some of the risk of time fails, particularly depending on how much value you're looking to get out of your Queen charge. With this jump, he is looking to get deeper into the core of the base and really start picking this up. We do have the opening at the top side for the King to take on the Eagle compartment, and that's going to help navigate the Queen into the core. And what we're doing here is we're helping to not only just navigate the pathing of the loons around it, but we're looking to eliminate the possibility that they would pick up any of those traps that are inside there, and taking down that multi-targeting Inferno that we've seen time and time again just wreaks havoc on our loons. But the King, still holding on to the ability, can work his way in to take down this Eagle, finally forces it to get it moving along, and we will still have the Royal Champ to come into play. I'm curious to see if he's going to use this alongside with the loons.
Queen's just doing some hurdles over the walls, taking down the Inferno Tower in the center and taking out that sweeper as well. Not like it matters at this point. She will be dealing with those 2 expos there as well. It could be the sign for dear life here. Still been able to stay alive. Is actually about to take down both here. So not enough DPS to keep her at bay, as now the healers can actually outdo the DPS from that side. So the Queen just barely able to stay alive, but that last trap, last ground shot, sadly did get taken out here. But the Loons are coming to try and take out this Town Hall. Should be able to here. It's going to be very, very tough, though, considering the circumstances he's put himself in, and it's going to be very, very tough. 45 seconds left now, and everything there. The AD, there was a tower just looking in to try and take out this last compartment. It's really, really tough as the RC now looking to push on forward, and you can see what's left now. You can still see the Scanisher, still got the Archer and Wizard Tower on the back forward as well. And it's going to be, even though it's a little bit tough to say, but he's got to try and take out the rest of these structures. But the tornado trap is just going to delay the time a little bit more. 20 seconds left. It looks like it's not going to do it, as that last tornado trap may have actually given him the leadway not to get that 3-star.
Oh no! I mean, this was looking lovely, but as soon as he made the approach to the town hall, I was looking for the haste. There was nothing left to get him out of that, and not only having to go through the poison bomb, but meeting up with the splash damage of a wizard tower right after that. You know that the Warden's ability is not going to be able to keep you through long enough. We saw a lot of those Loons getting picked off despite the invincibility spell. It cleared out quick enough, and then he was met with the splash damage. That tornado trap was placed perfectly. Even if it wasn't there, they still would have had a tough obstacle to get past. I don't know why there wasn't a back-end haste to help it, and even holding on to one more freeze for that, which was really unfortunate, but still a lovely attack. Just not quite enough for them. So Penta now with, they are down. They're down by a star. They're down on percent. That 94%, 81%, 92% 2-star. They're hitting close, but not coming quite up to snuff against Repotted, who is still 1-star ahead, and they've got that 99% in their favor. Even though they have that 80% 2-star, that 99 holds a lot of weight.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It really does. You know, numbers, stats don't lie here, B, and now it looks like their final attack, it's not the best, so they've got a lot less pressure on themselves for Repotted Gaming, because they're going to be quite pleased about that. But yeah, I can understand what you're trying to say. Like, you know, why was there like no haste spells to give the Loons a little bit more leadway to take out that final compartment? Maybe they used that spells earlier on during that main engagement from the south side. We'll have to definitely watch back on that. But Andy will be the last person left standing to attack for Repotted Gaming. And remember, guys, if he does 3-star or at least 2-star with a high percentile, then he will be winning this war for Repotted Gaming. And GK Tim is hoping to stop that from happening with his defense. But let's see if Andy can give himself a little bit of leadway here, because he knows how much pressure and how much is on the line in this war. It's a must win for both these teams, but Andy can easily finish this up with a 3-star if he wants.
Yeah, I believe he only needs to get an 88% 2-star, if I'm not mistaken, which would put him in the driver's seat, or maybe I should probably say 89% 2-star would get them what they need to keep this going. So Andy bringing us through with the, I'm looking at the blimp, so I just want to make sure which way this is going, just going in with the drag attack. I mean, we haven't seen these straight up drag attacks in quite some time. The blimp is going to help work along. Zapquake, though, is helping to make this connection with the Queen still alive and with the ability. I mean, this is picking up some massive value for her with that King that was tanking, drops the invisibility spell to get more out of her and clears out this entire compartment. The drags have a nice, easy path set now in place, though he does have to push his way into the center of the base. He has to worry about getting that scatter shot down, and he is holding on to this ability as long as possible to not only get this blimp sailing safely through, but he wants to get as much benefit as the dragons make the approach into the core.
Well, luckily for him, the blimp does make it on top of the town hall here, but has to deal with that tornado trap as well, so has lost a lot of those Loons there. But you can see now this push is still coming in with those drags.
Oh, no.
As now the town hall is actually still up, which is a little bit of a surprise. And remember, with this movement speed of these drags, how much of the defense can they take it down before trying keeping it away here? Let's have a look. There's still 4 drags left, still that lava hand as well, and the warden is coming in. But what happens now, though? Will they not be able to make it? Will we have to see here? It's all just going peak tongue. This is not what they wanted for a final attack here. They've actually circled all the way around. That one tornado trap made A massive
no.
difference for the attack, and it's going to be a 1-star.
Sneaky
81% here, but he's still going to be able to try and push on
Sneaky
forward.
goblins.
But what's he going to be able to do? 30
Sneaky
seconds left. Really about to clean this up. He needs to try and get this town hall down. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. It's going to be so close. It's so weak at this point. And it looks like B is not going to be able to take it down.
Oh, those sneaky goblins. I had hope for them. I wish he had sent only one in to start to check for the bombs. He sent them both in simultaneously after each other, and they both got knocked down. It was hanging on by a thread, and so unfortunate in every which direction for this, because I mean, that royal champ was handling the hound. She didn't have enough. The dragon had to pick off a storage guarding the town hall. Everything you could hope to not go wrong went wrong in that. And I really just, oh my goodness, I really just wish that he had held one sneaky goblin to try and get it done in case of the possible trap. Oh.
It's not the final attack you want, is it, B? Let's be honest. I just could not believe that tornado trap just done wonders. It did wonders in the last attack, and this one did absolute wonders, like, in comparison. Like, it was just, they asked for a miracle and they literally got it. It is not the plan which went their way, and those loons got absolutely shattered once that blink came in. I just could not believe it. But you're right, though, those sneaky goblins, they send them in just a little bit too late. I can see your point, though, with the fact that for extra insurance, just to make absolute certainty is taken down, but it's fine. But do you know what that means, though? If they get a 2-star high percentile or a 3-star, that means Penta will win this war, B.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the percentage is going to be now at this point, because I wasn't even factoring that they wouldn't go for a safe 2-star on that one, knowing they only needed 80%. Oh my goodness. Now, Lewis does have a big opportunity to finish it off for Penta. Obviously, the 3-star certainly ensuring. I don't know if we can get confirmation on what the percent would need to be if they do pick up a 2-star here in order for them to get the win, if that is indeed possible. But we do have the queen charging her way through with a royal champ coming in for an assist. Now, with this, the royal champ helps take down some of the defenses, keeps the queen focused and on track. And we want to see more coming out of this queen. We do have an additional wall break to get her more value, pushing in. It's a symmetrical base. So he waits to see the pathing of where the queen will push towards before dropping the king to help with the funnel and on the outside edge and dropping those dragons through.
I think in terms of percentile, they'll probably need at least 95, 96 just to guarantee that victory. But one thing Lewis has done, which Andy didn't, is take down that town hall. So in that northern compartment, that has been completely cleared up. And now the loons, the drags, the warden, everything there, just in that 2 o'clock side, continue to make this push. And we'll just have to see if this can carry on as you expect from Lewis. It needs that at least 95, 96% difference there. And now the Queen have to deal with a lot here and there. And that North compartment had to deal with that delay, but the Drags are continuing to do absolute wonders in that right compartment. And the King Yak as well just popped his ability, pushing in down south towards the Eagle Artillery. That was a beautiful funnel from Lewis, now continuing to make this push even better. And now the drags are coming in, but it doesn't really matter because the King's already done so much work. And even if the King doesn't take on the Eagle Artillery, the drags are there to support him. And in terms of support here comes a Stone Slammer to take down some of the rest of his defenses in that southern compartment, as well as tanking some of the damage for these drags as well.
Oh, this Stone Slammer is going to be huge. Now, he finally got these dragons through into the core. It was unfortunate to see some of them pathing down, and he did get that eagle down just in the nick of time. He has the reinforcements still available with a Stone Slammer that is yet to open up, though hanging on by a thread and will be available to get through into the Archer Tower. Scattershot comp, but look at this. The Queen is distracting the Scattershot here, giving Lewis everything he needs to get the defenses taken down. These loons sneak by, are able to get it down. 16 seconds left to go, and the dragons coming in for cleanup. They are slow moving, but we only have army camps to get through. No storages to worry about, and Lewis need not worry what percent they needed for the win here. The 3-star brings it home, putting them 12 stars on the board, taking that 1-star victory against Repotted Gaming at the very end after a